Alright, we are in the final chapter. When was Yomiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsek meteorite fell. We travel through time, and now we're back at the scene of that death. The start of it is about to replay itself.
It's ready!
Hold it! Okay, first off, someone who's actually used firearms and knows firearms, just in safety in general, never shoot straight up. Just don't. That's stupid. You are very rookie. That and the people who possibly made this game don't know anything about firearms. Just throwing that out there. But anyway. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Kitty? Huh? Oh, a kit. Shoo, you might get hurt. Straight into his back. Are you okay? You alright now? Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. Well, you know, someone above, they saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So that's how 10-6 meteorite... So that's 10-6 meteorite, eh? It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle. It all changed, our fate's complete. We can't stop Tensik from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from the fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Zhao? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get it, pretty sure I would have shot it. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable, no matter how the future might change. The fact that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that, will be a new future.
Okay, let's get started.
Alright. Now we gotta figure out how to go through all this mess. Alright. I remember this one being a doozy. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lean is just if Lean could just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not gonna budge from that spot. But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park listening to music, roasting a sweet potato? What kind of childhood did this girl have?
Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break!
Anyway, if Lean won't budge from that spot, then we'll have the fragment to move instead. Fair enough. We can't quite get to her as Cecil, but we got our little Pomeranian friend here, and we can kind of look around, but there's not really much that can be done. Not currently, anyway. So, we'll just have to wait it out currently.
It's ready!
Hold it! Again, not obeying fire safety at all. Trick time! Roasted sweet potato. Well, we can... What in the world is this thing? Oh boy, you even forgot about what a sweet potato is? It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good. There's nothing like them on a cold winter's day.
They're sweet and they smell delicious.
These guys are sure making me want to try one. I love how like the end of the world kind of thing is happening, but you know, we can't talk about that sweet potato.
Stay back! What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lean's ears.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know that how much this girl loves her food too. Anyway, at least her fate changed, albeit ever so slightly. Yeah, they actually make that a fate change because guess what? We can now move around. I want to swap back to him. Turn that on. Okay, yeah, we need to get that there. And then let that... Oh, come on. Get onto that.
Look at that sweet potato. That's a big, scary sweet potato.
It's not sweet potato, that missile, that's Mino.
Oh, right, of course. But look at them. The potato and Mino, right now, they both have the same shape.
So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile.
Okay, here I go, and I'm gonna need your help.
I help? Yeah, you didn't notice? Alright. No, not that. I mean, I guess we could talk and see, like, in the last 3 seconds.
Oh, poor Miss Lean.
I'm sorry.
If you're so sorry, then put her down.
Alright, now, Missile. I was really really out of my head that day. Well, we can talk about all this later. The Temsik meteorite is going to fall very soon, but before that happens, I have to think of a way to do something about that fragment.
And I'll do everything I can to help too.
Back to you. And let's swap these two. I don't think you can do anything else, but... That was quite a sight to see. Looks like this park just got a new feature.
But neither one of them even glanced this way.
I guess that's not surprising, seeing as even a meteorite didn't distract them. Hey, it was a desperate situation, kill or be killed. And Yomiel is killed right after this by the meteorite. Well, now that the park has this new feature, we can use it to our... Can we use it to our advantage in any way? Answer is yes. But my Pomeranian friend, you gonna... Oh, Really? I'll have you come down there. And I can't get up that way. Oh my gosh, game. It's no use, I can't get any water to come out.
Well, we can see. Why not?
Yeah, there's an overwhelming presence of Mino there. If only we could use it to our advantage somehow.
It's about time for that meteorite to come down.
Uh-oh, we gotta change the fragment's path somehow. It looks like both paths and fates can be a difficult thing to change. There has to be a way.
If we work together, you and me, I thought we'd be able to do something.
Thought? That's funny. I wonder why he's using the past tense. Oh, it's because... Well, we better go backwards. Rewind. Alright. We need to get... We'll get you out of the way for the moment, and... then have... again... this... Oh, shoot. I messed up. We need to go back. So... we're close. We're not quite there, but we're... oh, yeah. Need to get you out of the way. And rock that. And move that down. Move missile up here. We're gonna swap these two. Oh, look, same. Oh, my bad. I don't know what difference that's going to make, but let's try this. Oh, look, the lamppost is bending.
But it hasn't broken yet.
Zip. It's really a wonder it hasn't snapped. It might just hold out for a little while longer. And if I recall, the Tinsic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in the way, then fate should change. Well, all we can do is wait and see how that plays out.
It's about time for that meteorite to come down.
Don't worry, Nissel. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in front of the fragment's path.
Oh, okay. That giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, it's that ugly monster can.
Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. Well, before we do that, I know this is kind of like in the middle of a tense moment. Does it say anything here? Travel back 10 years and witness the beginning of it all with my own eyes. The man I pursued thinking he was me was hit by a meteorite and was killed 10 years ago. Yep. Yeah, they change every time something new happens. I unfortunately wasn't keeping up with it. But this guy, I believe was named Sith in all of it. The masked gentleman, he's apparently a finely crafted remote control robot. He used a machine gun to kill Detective Zhao. I want to see her little Pomeranian friend. thinking his powers need to protect the lady, he went back in time 10 years ago to help me fight against the Battle of Fate. Wanting to check. You're that person. I'm wanting to see if something's different about to Yomiel. Alright. Good grief. Oh, here it is. The man I was pursuing, who I was convinced was me. His real name is Yomiel. While alive, he was the top systems engineer, but was arrested under suspicion of being a spy. He died 10 years ago in the park. He's now trying to gain a new life for himself. But anyway, let's see what happens. There, how's that?
Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little.
Now Yomiel's fate should change. Should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path. No! Oh, come on, not an arrow to the knee joke. Detective Jowd! Ugh. The Timsec fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Ugh. Come on, put it down! Huh? Jowd, put down the gun, now! If you don't, you're going to shoot him! I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even through the shaking of his pain, his gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands.
I won't let that happen.
Missile! The bullet stopped. It stopped in midair.
I'm here inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with some.
What? With what? Detective Jowd. The meteorite fragment is what you... the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop it with this bullet. There must be something with the same shape around here. Yep! That's sweet potato. How they have the same shape, I don't know, but they do. But he dies all the same. Oh no! We stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead. I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still. The fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was slowly turning. Look out! Wake up! You gotta get out of there! My leg won't work!
It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lean!
It's not over yet.
But there isn't anything else to swap with.
Why don't we just let it play out and try to find another way next time? You know, she dies. All we have to do is possess her corpse, and then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. Oh. No, I won't do that. Why not? I keep mixing it up because we've had that face for so long. But, alright. I'm forgetting it's Yomiel. Sure, the fact her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar on her psyche. I won't let it happen, not if I can help it.
But what can we do? Even if we work together.
I think there might be something that can be done. What is it?
What can Cecil and I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomio! Cecil, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Alright, gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. Huh? I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you only have a split second. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Got it! Now it's your turn, Missile.
Huh? Me? What can I do?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it.
You can swap. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But even if I swap them, it's still gonna be right above Miss Lean.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino.
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped alright. Those few seconds were exactly what I needed. Last up, my turn. Your turn? You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean? That's right. I'm gonna save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. I'm sure that probably is like, what the heck just happened in front of me? But hey. Ah, you're awake.
Hey, mister, is your knee okay?
Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit. But the main thing is you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister.
I was just doing my job. They were the one who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
It's a detective's badge. We give it to children who's been very brave.
Detective's badge? Thanks!
Okay, you know what to do, little detective? Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. As if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But you know, glad it happened. little kitty.
Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there.
Oh, come to think of it, I saw it just a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come with me, little kitten? Well, it looks like his fate was changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kid's, of course. Cecil's. Cecil? The name Cecil echoes in my head. That's my real name. Well, I mean, we kind of knew that. These long, lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend? We were a cat all along! I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten in that park. I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Hold it!
Yeah.
Somebody, please look at me. A kitten? Shoo, you might get hurt. Somebody, please reach a hand out to me. I had only just died at that time. I had lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach a hand out to it. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten, with no recollection of who I was. I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see, just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note, said, "I'm coming to you, Yomio." The man named me Cecil. It was the name of something important he had lost along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness to go with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started, to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lean, I would see that light. Or at least, that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. The Black Cat. I was possessing Cecil then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend? Cecil was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Cecil, there inside the bag, was dead. What? I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything. Or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Cecil inside that bag. Yes. That's when I lost my life. Right there in the presence of the Tensic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost drinks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It's because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Ling tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from living to the dead. But even so, there's some things that you can do that I can't. You mean? I can't even rewind time, let alone change fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death and the kitten Cecil's fate. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? Fate averted! So Yomi, looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. I think I kinda understand now what you've been feeling these past 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's good time. It's time we got back. The new 10 years later was just born. Right. We should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lean and Miss Camilla again.
So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way of this game of the dead works, eh? No matter what the reason. There's no denying the fact that I took Lean hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Cecil. Yeah? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So, before that happens, I just want to say one thing. Tonight, I stole your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomi? Thank you, Cecil. I'm very glad I met you. Me too, Yomi.
Cecil! Are we gonna ever see each other again? I can't stand it if we weren't.
Don't worry, Miss Law. I'll bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait till then.
Cecil, I'll never forget you!
I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you will come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Chow. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're going back to our new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would cross again.
Wait!
Before you go back to the new present, I wanted to thank you. Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you!
Yes.
I forgot. I gave him a grandpa voice.
It is I, Ray. In case you have forgotten. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Cecil. Thank you.
But don't forget, I was only a journey to find my own lost memory.
Yes, I know that. We all know about you.
Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know. Who exactly are you? Yeah, we never did find that out.
Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fate of many people tonight. The first of which was hers.
That's still comedic. That's Looney Tunes comedic.
If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot in the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. A story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place it left, and in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw to his mistress. That's when a miracle occurred.
What? Look at that. The powers of the dead? But how?
He really didn't understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. But with all that you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not?
Hey, wait a minute. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy.
But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects.
He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady.
The little fellow chased after the man, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back before the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death.
What?
He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. That's when the other version of the story this night, the story that taken these 10 years to be retold.
So that was you, huh? It's an older version of Missile. Oh my gosh. I guess that's what happens when you don't, groom a Pomeranian.
That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years.
You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out.
Exactly. And then, at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old. My powers were weak. So I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possesses different powers than me.
But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp.
Over the course of long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened. But I became able to manipulate small objects.
But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself?
Because I couldn't.
Huh?
From watching The Man in Red, I found out there were the individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do anything he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example.
What?
May not seem like much, but a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody.
But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power? How did you know so much about me?
Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night the first time around.
What? We met before?
From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lean had lost her life at the junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting, swiveling dust cloud. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you.
That was me? So I was shot on the night of it, on that night the first time around as well?
You had lost your memory that time, too. You had just died, and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me.
I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
That's what you said. Then you disappeared. Away with the telephone line.
I'm really sorry I didn't help you.
That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage.
Mutual advantage?
The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. That, namely, the right path would be the path the man in red, Teomul.
What?
I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit.
A time limit?
That's right. As you know, I said you only had till tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been all over.
Then you mean the thing about ceasing to exist?
Oh, that was completely made up. A little naughty of me, you know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely.
Oh boy. I hate to admit it, that little doggy outsmarted me in every way.
Well, let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age.
I mean, that's true too.
And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I.
Nissel?
I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Nissel. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lean and Camilla, eh?
Of course. Because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Cecil.
And so, the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what really happened within that time limit. Oh my gosh. I made my way back to a new present. Okay, why was the other one on a time limit but that wasn't? Ugh, whatever. Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. And this is how it was actually supposed to happen. light the candles, pop the poppers, and burn the rope up.
Were you surprised?
You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death.
Yippee! It worked!
But it's not even my birthday today.
It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this a surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again.
That's alright, Lane. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as a detective, right?
Really?
Thank you, Detective Jowd.
Dad, you're home!
Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lean. She was just assigned to the detective division today.
Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you, too. Nice to meet you, too, Lean. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges, too?
Oh, this?
Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though.
How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lean?
What's wrong with it? To me, it's the symbol of a real detective.
It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day?
When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow.
Destiny, eh?
Now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me.
That you will. That you will.
Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're that same little kitten.
That's right, the very one.
You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten.
Still a kitten?
Yup, he never got any bigger or anything.
Wow, what a mysterious little fellow.
I know, right? His name is Cecil.
Cecil.
It seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before.
Who? I don't know. Who would have thought?
I think Cecil likes you, Lane.
There's the mom. Alright, everyone, let's start the celebration.
Okay, Mom. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again. Cecil.
From that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they're all interconnected, somehow in some way. And now, this is my new fate. Oh. Yep. He has the Tensec fragment. I guess I really am a cat. It suits me. I'm just fine. Curl up and watch these people. And it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. And that's the end. It ends with, of course, both detectives stuffing their face with chicken. Who would have thought? Oh, there's Missile and Cabanilla. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to our lovely Lean.
Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Missile! I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort.
But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Wow. That's spaghetti eating from Cabanilla. Oh my goodness. but everyone's together. Yep, that has been Ghost Trick. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, you're dancing like Cabanilla too? Oh, what in the world? But definitely not good. Maybe I can be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanilla. What kind of example in the inspector providing for his man? I don't know. Who knows? But oh man, it's gonna keep interrupting it. Put your shoes on, dude. You're in a restaurant. Here's your food, gentlemen. I guess I'll save my thoughts for after all this. Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you gonna be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. So you took on a part-time job here again? Could you just not eavesdrop? Oh, you have no idea the links that I go to reach my goals. She planted a bug on it. You know she did. Oh, man. And she's eating. La 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 la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting, and I keep singing about chicken. Turmeric, cumin. I don't even know all the names for those ingredients. Alright. Is this necessary for the new curry chicken menu item? But our very best customer requested it. Now, good luck with the eating. Or something. I don't know. Or the taste testing. Oh boy, I didn't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway? Oh my gosh, that's him. It's the guy who held up the police department. Not of his own volition, but you know, hey. Oh, okay, is it? I guess it's gonna be leaving now. Alright. This, of course, is spells as I'm about to say it. Are you really sure we need all of these explosives? Don't worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilos of gunpowder just like it said. Are you dumb idiot? Wait a minute. 20 kilograms? I thought it said 20 grams. Yep. And cash fell on him. But yeah, this is a pretty fun game. I didn't know how well it would work recording it off my iPad. So kind of sorry about the weird cropping that I've had to do with it. But so this is where you work, huh, Papa? That's right, sweetheart. Darling husband, don't you have any ideas? And all you give me? You must have heard some juicy stories and discretions of a minister, perhaps? No, you must talk that way from our darling angel. Here's the stodgy mind of my darling husband. But, it's a fun game. I really do enjoy it. It's a short experience, like I said. It's not the shortest game I've played on this channel. I would leave that to Gregory Horror Show, but I do love this game. It does have its moments where it's confusing at times. I must say these grapes are quite good, my man. The Yorna is about to scrape the bottom of the seawater, so be farewell. Egad! Keep it together, man. Are you trying to give me the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now. Anyway. Giving you the vapors. Good grief. But yeah, it's a fun short game. And of course, we've got our rock star out in the park. Love, peace, and pigeons. Live long, rock and roll. And we got the pigeon lover. The pigeon man himself. And even his blue pigeon is headbanging along with all the rest of them. And you scared them away, dude. Stop the park from charging a mission. Protect the park. It's like, oh my gosh, dude. Let him play in peace. But as far as what's going to happen after this project, oh, we got the dancers. Uh-oh. Today's the day, you know. He's finally getting out. You know, everyone's starting to get real tired of you seeing you do that. Let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. When we do this when we have a stomach ache. We call it Dance Away the Pain. Oh, I'm really interested in that one. You think you could show me that one, say, next week? You got it! I don't know if I'm going to be there might be a little bit of a brief break. I don't know exactly how it's all going to be done as far as editing. Now you're painting? Okay. 10 long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. The young lady who's always coming to visit you is waiting outside. Thank you, Cecil. You never actually get to see what he painted. Oh, actually you do. That's really good. I like that. It's a good picture too. I don't know if there's gonna be like a big break or anything in between this and when I bring the next, bring the project back. And by bringing a project back, I'm talking about bringing Fire Emblem back. I do have the first 7 chapters of Black Eagles recorded, so it's not like I can't. There's a lot. There's a lot that's been recorded for it, so I don't know exactly how all that's going to work with how video uploading is going to be. So it could be like right away, or it could be like a week or so. I don't know. Just kind of be patient about that. As far as what's going to be going on alongside this, because yesterday, to kind of put a timeline on this, I'll just put it this way. Everything for Golden Sun's been uploaded, obviously, and this game is now finished. I'm going to be trying to focus more so on just doing one game right now, which is getting Fire Emblem done, hopefully. I want to get it done before Reboot Camp comes up, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let me actually look when Reboot Camp is supposed to be released. Nintendo. Oh, they changed it. They said, spring 2022, so they pushed it back. Okay. So yeah, this is definite. I'm definitely going to have the game done by then. Still, Reboot Camp looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. It's a shame that they pushed it back because I thought it was coming out later this year. I think that was the initial plan, like it coming out in like December or something, and now it's been pushed back. That's unfortunate. But well, I think. Hold on, I'm one of those really just. I'm one of those people that just really want to make sure I've got this correct, so I'm not. That was on Nintendo's official website, so I don't think it's really different, but... No, I'm still seeing... Okay. Well... Yeah, that's for a store. And stores typically don't have their thing always up to date. Yeah, Nintendo's saying it's not until next year. That's sad, but I get it. You want to make sure the remake is good. I mean, I'm excited just from seeing the screenshots of it. So we'll see what happens. All right. Well, in that case, I'll be working on Fire Emblem Three Houses until it's done, and I've got a game I wasn't planning on doing it, not immediately, but considering one of the projects I've been working on or trying to see if I can get to work hasn't worked, and it looks like it won't work. I'm going to put that to the side until I can figure out a different way to do it. But it's going to be a game series I've brought to this channel before. So hopefully that will be something you guys will enjoy. And I do have an idea for a second game that I'm going to have go along with it. It might be something that'll appear every once in a while, like once a week or something. But I don't know. Who knows? I don't know how I'm going to work it out, but I will. Enough speculating. That's something for me to think about. You guys don't have to worry about it. Thank you all for joining me for Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.